Colorado and NDSU, a team that our Mr. Forbes is actually pretty uh, comfortable with. He can speak pretty highly on. Uh,
Mhm.
I'll quickly get my comments out of the way and turn it over to you because no one wants to hear what I have to say about North Dakota State. But
Yeah.
um, I think that this is going to be a North Dakota State win. Colorado's O-line, they do bring in a lot of people. They have 100 total starts coming in combined. They have a new O-line coach. This is something you can speak on, but
Mhm.
it's going to take time to gel, I'm assuming.
Mhm.
And North Dakota State is not the team week one to find that. And their defense last year gave up 176 yards on the ground. That's 4.6 a carry.
Yeah.
Don't love it.
Mhm.
NDSU, their last game that they played against Pac-12, just going to loop Colorado back in the Pac-12, was
Yep.
Arizona 31-28. And I don't know if many people watch that. I do remember North Dakota State had every chance to win that game. It was very much winnable. And same thing, people were kind of same talk. Now this is, different Arizona, different Colorado team. Um, Now North Dakota State, they lost three O-linemen, two wide receivers, their top rusher. They returned their quarterback though, and their quarterback is damn good. I'm very impressed with him. He has lots of experience. North Dakota State. And yes, they have a new coach, but he's a returning North Dakota State. He's a former North Dakota State coach. He's going to keep that Bison tradition rolling in
Mhm.
Fargo. On defense, they return seven starters, including their four leading tacklers.
Mhm.
And most importantly, going back to their offense, they averaged 238 on the ground last year. This is a destructive running attack
Mhm.
that if you're not ready to get punched in the mouth, like, like welcome to it.
Yeah.
Uh, they are good. And frankly, like as an FCS fan, I'm very biased to the FCS. But NDSU is good, and I think people are going to learn that here coming up soon. And I know we got two Heisman candidates in Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter. Um, but man, this is like North Dakota State's built for these games, and you've seen them go in and win these Power Four games before, um, with no issue. And
Mhm.
frankly, for a team that's lost a lot from last year, they added a bunch of transfers. They're kind of a messy program. It
Yeah.
spells disaster for me.
Yeah. I think really what it comes down to is you have a team that knows how to win and a team that has yet to figure out how to win under the new coach Deion Sanders. Right.
Yep.
Obviously, Deion Sanders has won in the past. He won at Jackson State, but now this is a whole new ball game at Colorado. Right. Talking about NDSU, I've personally played against NDSU twice in my career, both in high stakes games, right? Both in playoff games. This last season, we beat NDSU in the semifinals to go to the national championship in double overtime. Hell of a game. If you want to go watch a game, go watch that game on YouTube somewhere.
Watched it the other day again. Not gonna lie.
And and then played them the previous year. Uh, in the quarters, I believe.
Yeah.
In the quarters, lost that one in Fargo, right? NDSU is about as well coached as you can get. When you look at their on offense, they have Cam Miller back, who's their starting quarterback. He is not the guy who you're gonna go into five wide and let him sling the ball around, but he is the athlete at quarterback that NDSU has had for a while now. I
Yep.
mean, you look. I mean, it's Carson Wentz, Easton Stick, and then
Trey
you have
Lance.
Trey Lance. I mean, he's the guy. He's the guy
Yep.
that'll run the ball for you, and that's what NDSU wants to do. They want to run the ball. They want to put a couple tight ends, a fullback, two fullbacks into the game, and they want to run the ball on you. And I
Yep.
think when you look at Colorado, they were bottom in FBS last year
Terrible.
and rush defense. I think they were 107th, I think is what I have on my notes here. They were 107th in college football last year against the run. That's not good. And when you have a well-coached team that plays elite defense. I'm pretty sure they have 4 All-American candidates on their defense this year for
Yep.
FCS.
Yep.
That wants to run the ball on offense. I mean, that's a formula for success. And like you mentioned that they lost their head coach Matt Ennis to USC to be their associate head coach and linebackers coach. They bring in Tim Polasek. I'm pretty sure I still have his number on my phone because he was at Iowa when Iowa was recruiting me. Way back in the day. But Tim Polasek, he's an NDSU guy. I mean, NDSU has had the same mold of head coach every time they've had a transition, and they've won championships every time they've changed their head coach. We talked about Chris Kleiman earlier in the episode. He's the new head coach at Kansas State. As soon as Chris Kleiman leaves, after he has his run at NDSU, wins a few national championships, then we have Matt Entz, I believe, is who replaced him.
And even lineman, you had Craig Bowles, and he was the lead.
Craig Bull. Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And then you have Matt Entz, who obviously had the success that he had. I think, and Tim Polasek is in the same mold, and he wants to play elite defense. He was at Iowa for a long time. I think he was actually at Wyoming with Craig Bull.
I think so too. They just copy and paste their head coaches.
Yeah, and when you find the formula for winning, you keep that formula. And I think that is what NDSU has done over the past, I don't know, 15, 20 years. You know, however long their run has been. Now, super happy to say that the Montana Grizzlies were the one that end the Matt Entz portion of the dynasty. Super happy about that. Just wanted to throw that one in there. But I think it is absurd. I'll let you talk more about this. I think it's absurd that NDSU is a 9-point underdog in this game. There's no reason for them to be a double, a 2-score underdog in this game.
I could not agree more. And the line's been going the other way since it's been posted back in May. It was originally a touchdown they're a touchdown underdog. And it's just been going back and back and back. And I can only expect next week as more, recreational bettors get on it, it's going to jump up to 10.5. And that's crazy. That's crazy talk for a team that will control the game, control the clock, run the ball. They're not going to I don't envision them letting Colorado put up points. And that's when Colorado does really well last year, is when they were putting up massive amounts of points. I don't see that happening with their ball control. And it's going to be a 1-score game. Like I thoroughly believe that at the minimum, if North Dakota State does not win, give me the 9.5, give me the 10.5. Even I was going to take the 7.5. Just because I'm that confident in this Bison team, and I've seen them do it frequently against Power 4 schools.
And with all this being said, we've been talking about NDSU the entire time. I think they're going to win. I think you think they're going to win, and if they don't win, they're going to cover. Going from the betting side. With that being said, I don't think NDSU has seen a quarterback like Shedeur Sanders. When Shedeur Sanders is hot, he's hot. He is an electric football player. I don't care. And then the NDSU probably hasn't seen a receiver/corner like Travis Hunter, who is one of the more instinctive college football players in America right now. I don't think NDSU has seen the pair of guys like that, but 2 guys are not going to win you a football game. I think that is what NDSU is best at. We talked about a team that doesn't yet know how to win under their head coach, and a team that knows how to win. It's you playing complementary football. And I think that's what NDSU does really well. They play elite defense, and they have an elite running game. They will control the clock. They will pound on you. And then it turns into an attitude game. What is Deion Sanders and the rest of this Colorado squad? What does their attitude look like when they get into this game? And it's tight. It's tighter than they want to. Maybe they're losing. Maybe they're losing
a standalone game on a Thursday before college game day on a Saturday. they're going to be in prime time in front of a national audience. Whew. It just smells like upset to me. And I know a lot of people, like, you can see where all the money's at. People are still taking Colorado. That's fine. I've seen enough from North Dakota State. I've heard enough stories from you. I've heard enough stories from, a lot of our other friends. I love the Bison here. So
I think we can both agree on that.